I would describe Turpin as probably the counterpoint to Victor Frankenstein, in the sense that he's a man of faith versus the man of science. And yeah, he's a very complex character, chiefly I think because he's got a little bit of a conflict between his professional work and his personal life, which at the moment is in ruins. He discovers quite early on in the film the intriguing nature and the sort of very bizarre clues that he finds, all lead him towards Frankenstein, and I think he becomes very intent on finding out about this very dark guy. So it's about finding a sort of psychological path for Turpin through the story, and also seeing how he's coping with this very dark material that concerns life and death while he's going through a very acute stage of grief himself. There's this great stunt where when Jess and I come into the castle, and it's proper Hollywood movie stuff, this big explosion, which I'm so glad they didn't CGI, or we did it live, and so it's really frightening, this idea of this man's mind manifesting itself inside this big old creepy castle. One of the main attractions for me of doing the film is to work with James. He's an actor I've long admired. I really admire him as an actor. I think he's incredibly instinctive and alive, and a great person to act with, as well as watch. I love watching his movies, but he's a great person to act with because he's alive and he's there for you, and he's really interested in acting. And it changes from take to take, which I really like as well. Dan is an amazing man, I think. What I think is extraordinary about him, and is underappreciated about him, is not just his work on Harry Potter, but his extraordinary body of work that he's done in the 4 years since. I think he's played Broadway 3 times, and I think to go and do a lot of really brilliant theatre work that people may or may not know about, to sort of really test himself and to play all these huge array of characters since, just shows the mettle of the guy, and he brings it again a huge likability to the character. I think what people will enjoy about this version of Frankenstein is the human element to it, the psychological element to it. I hope that they understand what Mary Shelley was trying to do originally, which is to examine the question of loss and grief, and what we can do as human beings and what we can't do as human beings, and to understand the need to be unique and to be special, but also the drawbacks of real extremism, and that I think she understood that to go to the extreme and to not be able to see other people's point of view is a very dangerous place to go.